fundamental deviation? Anyone? It is the minimum difference between the size of a component and its basic size. So let's make it and try to understand this thing. What do we mean by minimum? Let's say we got a pair of shaft and a hole. So this is your hole, and let's say this is your basic size. See, it is also not necessary that your basic size coincides with the lower limit. It is also not necessary. Okay, so, and we got another shaft over here. We got a shaft. We got a shaft here. And this is your basic size over here. And this is your, for hole, this is your lower deviation. And for shaft, this is your, sorry, for hole only, this is your upper deviation. Similarly, for this is your upper deviation, and this is your lower deviation. Okay. Now you can say this is at times basic size is also called as a zero line, and this is your hole, and this is your shaft. So as per the definition of fundamental deviation, the minimum difference between the size of a component and its basic size, or you can say in case of hole it will be lower deviation here, and in case of shaft it will be upper deviation here as the fundamental deviation. So for hole the fundamental deviation is lower deviation, this is fundamental deviation, and for shaft it is upper deviation as the fundamental deviation. So if it is asked, because generally when we are designing an assembly, fundamental deviation is assigned or is pre-decided. Fundamental deviation is something standard which we are going to see in the preceding coming lecture. So that's why we have to use fundamental deviation. Okay, you will see its importance in the coming lecture. Now, is it clear how fundamental deviation is found out? You can say that it is the closest boundary or closest dimension of the hole and the shaft with respect to the basic size. It can be 0 if your lower deviation is 0 for hole and upper deviation is 0 for shaft. Any doubts?
Yes, sir, I have doubt.
Yeah.
सर इस केस में तो जब बेसिक साइज टॉलरेंस के विद इन लाइन नहीं कर दी तो
हाँ.
ठीक है, बट अगर टॉलरेंस के अंदर लाई करेगी तो हर बार 0 नहीं हो जाएगा?
नहीं, वो मैं कह ही नहीं रहा 0 होगा. I'm not saying I'm saying it can be 0. Lower deviation can be 0 if basic size coincides with the lower deviation, or if it may not be 0 if it lies within the tolerance zone also. If it is a bilateral tolerance, then it may not be 0.
अगर बेसिक साइज टॉलरेंस के विद इन लाई कर रही है, कोइंसाइड नहीं कर रही ना तो अपर टॉलरेंस से ना लोअर टॉलरेंस से, तो भी 0 हो जाएगा?
नहीं, तब 0 क्यों होगा? तब तो आप फिर वही निकालेंगे, लोअर डेविएशन अपर डेविएशन निकालेंगे, बेसिक साइज से डिस्टेंस निकाल के जो क्लोजेस्ट होगा वो होगा.
सर बट इट्स द मिनिमम, तो एक साइज तो वो भी रहेगी ना जहां पर हमारी बेसिक साइज भी है और टॉलरेंस में भी एक साइज वो रहेगी.
इट इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द अपर एंड द लोअर लिमिट ऑफ टॉलरेंस जोन.
ओके सर, इट इज मिनिमम ऑफ अपर और लोअर.
या यू कैन से दैट, और इन अदर वर्ड इट इज द क्लोजेस्ट डायमेंशन टू द बेसिक साइज.
ओके सर.
सर इसमें जो बेसिक साइज है वो होल एंड शाफ्ट दोनों के लिए बेसिक साइज सेम है ना इसमें?
हाँ, एक्चुअली ये अभी हम पढ़ने ही वाले हैं. तो होल बेसिस और शाफ्ट बेसिस एक सिस्टम होता है. In that, if it is a hole basis system, we consider the basic size of the hole as the 0 line. अभी वो कर रहे हैं हम discuss. We are coming to that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so yeah, we talked about all this. Now let's do a small problem. So there's a hole with the given dimensions. And shaft. Okay. Now here we have to find out tolerance and allowance. Find tolerance and allowance. So this is an assembly. So tolerance we find out individually for hole and shaft, and allowance we find out for assembly. So always remember, allowance is always found out for an assembly and not for a single hole or a shaft, while tolerance we find out for hole and shaft. Okay, do it. So tolerance for hole, tell me.
0.02.
Tolerance for hole is the maximum minus minimum, that is 0.02, and tolerance for shaft shaft
0.03.
again, maximum size, minimum size, difference between that. So 0.03, we can write that in mm. Okay, now allowance. This is something which is interesting. We want to find allowance. I'll do a recap where we had found out what is allowance. Yesterday I told you. Here we have found out allowance. You can say it's the maximum metal condition of hole minus maximum metal condition of shaft. So we can write it over here. It is maximum metal condition for hole minus maximum metal condition for shaft. Or what is maximum metal condition for hole?
30.
Yeah. Maximum metal condition for hole is 30 and maximum metal condition for shaft?
30.02.
28.98.
29.98.
29.
29.98. Okay. So what do we get is 0.02. So can you comment on the fit which we have over here based on allowance?
Clearance.
It's a clearance fit. Okay. Any doubts, anyone? Now I'm sending you, I'll send that later. One more question. Let's do one more question. So let's say now hole is given as 25 plus 0.03 minus.
सर क्लियरेंस फिट कैसे एक बार आप बताओगे?
पॉजिटिव है ना, अलाउंस इज पॉजिटिव.
आंसर अगर अलाउंस नेगेटिव होती तो इंटरफेरेंस होता.
हाँ, अभी और एक ट्रांजिशन फिट का भी आएगा, हम बात करेंगे. अभी एक प्रॉब्लम करेंगे. We will do one problem on that. And then shaft is let's say minus 0.00006 and minus 0.020, sorry. Okay, so what is the basic size? 25. Tolerance on shaft and hole you can find out. Now you find out maximum and minimum clearance. Maximum and minimum clearance between the two. So it's given that it is a clearance fit. It is given that it is a clearance fit. So find out the maximum and the minimum clearance. So it is always good to make a figure, sketch of it. So if let's say basic size is same for both, so it's a clearance fit. We can see that it's a hole basis system because the zero line is coinciding with the lower deviation of the hole. We'll talk about that later anyway. And then this is your shaft over here. It's a unilateral in the negative direction, so it will be below the zero line. It is anyway exaggerated figure. So now we want to find out the maximum and the minimum clearance. So we can clearly see the maximum clearance will be when shaft is at the lower dimension and hole is at the maximum dimension. This is going to be your maximum clearance. Maximum clearance, and minimum clearance is over here. So this is your minimum clearance and this is your maximum clearance. Now tell me the value. Yes, Vineet. So maximum clearance, all of you can find that. So which will be 25.03 minus 24.98, which will be 0.05 mm, right? And similarly, your minimum clearance would be
0.006.
Yeah, similarly, it will be 0.06. Any doubts? Okay. Now let's say we take another problem. (20 plus 0.025 0.000 and 20 plus 0.08 plus 0.005 mm. Okay, so probably you can just assume that mm is something standard which we'll be using throughout the text. So we have to find out the type of fit. Type of fit. All of you do this and give your answers in the chat box. What type of fit is this? So if I'll tell you one thing, if type of fit is being asked, you find out the maximum clearance and the minimum clearance. Find out the maximum clearance and the minimum.
Rigid transition fit.
Okay. Let others also write it. You write your answer here. Find out the maximum clearance and the minimum clearance. All of you. Tell me three things. Write me the value of maximum clearance, write the value of minimum clearance, and then conclude on the type of fit. Vineet, only 2 people have answered it. All of you should answer this question. Write your answers. No, all of you are writing just transition fit. You're not giving your values. You're not writing the values. You have to write the minimum and maximum value. And then you have to conclude on the transition, whether it's a transition fit or interference fit.
So when we are calculating the maximum and minimum clearance, do we have to look at the metal condition or we just have to see कि upper minus lower, एक का upper दूसरे का lower maximum के लिए?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
In allowance, we seek the metal conditions, not in the clearance. So Pratik, you are getting minus 0.08 and minus 0.02. So what do you conclude? What type of fit is this? Okay. Okay, Pratik. So the basic guideline you can consider is if your both the clearance are positive, what do you conclude? If both the clearance are positive, what do you conclude? Both positive, then it is a clearance fit. And if both are negative, then it's an interference fit. And if both one is positive and one is negative, then you got an interference fit, transition fit. Okay. So we go ahead now. I hope there are no doubts regarding this. Yeah, that is correct. These values which are given over here. If anyone's having any doubt, they can ask. Else I'm going ahead. Okay.
Sir,
So now
values दिखा देना.
हाँ, yeah.
इसमें सर एक बार आप values बता देना.
Okay, values are correct. Maximum, I'll write it. Maximum clearance. Maximum clearance is 0.02 mm. And minimum clearance is minus 0.08 mm. Okay, these are your maximum and minimum clearance values. So we can see they are one is positive, one is negative. So that's how it is. Now we talk about system of limits and fits. So we are going towards the actual usage of it, how it is used in industry. Okay, so I think I'll share the slide now because it will be much easier to make you understand that. So I'll be using slide now. So yeah. So you can see the system of limits and fits we talk about.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, either of the like maximum clearance can also be negative, like for the transition fit.
One has to be positive, one has to be negative. Then you get a transition fit, no? Because that means sometimes you are getting clearance, sometimes you are getting interference.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So system of limits and fits has been devised by the International Organization for Standardization. Okay. And they have devised 18 grades of fundamental tolerances. There are 18 grades of fundamental tolerances. That means it's not like I want to give some tolerance of my choice to a basic size, I can do that. No, you can't do that. Depending on what kind of assembly you want to do, depending on that, you are going to choose a tolerance. Okay. There are 18 grades of fundamental tolerances. Why fundamental? Because these are standards and you can't deviate from that. If you are doing manufacturing, then only you will be able to achieve the universal interchangeability. If you are not following the ISO standards, then there's a possibility that you will not be able to achieve the universal interchangeability. What is the meaning of universal interchangeability? Is that, let's say, a car tire of Maruti brand is there. I mean, of a car, Maruti car's tire is there, and Hyundai car is there of similar model. Similar model in the sense that they use the same size of the tire. So you can actually interchange their hub, and you can interchange the rim of the car, of the two cars, even though they are being manufactured by different companies. Are you getting it? And similarly, you see the sockets are there, plugs and sockets. You purchase them from of any brand, they will get assembled together. Why? Because they are using international standards or fundamental tolerances they are using. Okay. So fundamental tolerances, they are from IT01, IT0, and then IT1 to IT16. And the larger the number of the tolerance on a larger the number you have, more crude tolerances are there on that. So like IT01 to IT4, fundamental tolerance is applicable on gauges, plug gauges, and measuring instruments. That basically means that you are designing standards. You make the standards using the gauges, right? So the gauges are the highest form of tolerances, or the closest form of the tolerances which you can get in the gauges. Then IT5 to IT7 is used for fits in precision engineering application, such as ball bearing, grinding, fine boring, high quality turning, and broaching. So they are used in precision machining. Okay, those kind of tolerances. If you are doing a precision machining, then these kind of the tolerances is what you expect from the machines. And if you are doing IT8 to IT11, then it is used for general engineering purpose, like turning, boring, milling, planing, and all these machining operations are there. And if you are going for IT12 to 14, then you can then now you're going towards a coarser part, or you can say a cruder part, where like sheet metal working and press working, where you are not getting very close tolerances, or the upper and the lower dimension are not very close. And then the crudest form is in like casting, stamping, rubber molding, general cutting work, and if you're making window frames and all. So there you can also see that what kind of tolerances do you achieve in that. So it gives you a kind of a picture of that. Now, how do we find out these values? So there is, how do I find out the tolerance unit for a given, let's say I got IT5 tolerance values, IT5 and IT6. Okay, so I got tolerances like IT5 and IT6. Okay, so there's a formula for IT5 and IT6, which is I equal to 0.453 plus cubic root D plus 0.001 into D microns. Okay, where D is the diameter of part being manufactured, in mm. Okay, so D is in mm because here units are important. You have to be careful. D is in mm, and this component actually counteracts the effect of measuring inaccuracies, which increase by increasing the size of the measurement diameter. And this formula is applicable up to 500 mm. So there is a limitation on the usage of this also. And the D is not, you must be thinking, what is D actually? How do we find out D? So I'll let you know about that also. Also, I is in micrometer. Okay, the unit of I is in micrometer. Now, how do I find out D? So D is given by D max multiplied D minimum. Now, what is this thing, D max and D minimum? Let me show you about that. So these are step sizes actually. You see, steps are identified over here, like 1, 3, 3, 6, 6, 10. So if your diameter, or you can say your basic size, so D is what, nothing but geometric mean of the lower and the upper diameters of particular diameter step. So if I want to make a shaft of 16 mm diameter, so what will be the value of D? D value will be root of 10 multiplied with root of 18. Okay, so step sizes are defined over here. Accordingly, we calculate the value of tolerance. I is the tolerance which we calculate. Okay, so they have a parabolic relationship with the size of the products, tolerances. As you can see, it's the root, right? And it's sort of a parabolic relationship. Then similarly, the standard tolerances corresponding to IT01, IT0 and IT1 are.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can we go back to previous slide?
Yeah.
Sir, if we want to make a shaft of 16 mm dia, let's suppose, then we'll have the value of D equal to root 180, right?
Yeah.
So it's will it satisfy the condition because we need 16 mm dia?
That's what I'm saying, that it's not necessary that you may actually say, if you want to make it of 16, you will not be able to. First answer is this. Okay. Second, it will be very close to 16. Okay, and why we are doing it? Because some standards are laid out. These are international standards. So of course, you also know that you just can't make it of 16, but it will be close to 16 somewhere, and the tolerances will be defined like that. Okay, am I clear? If I'm not clear, you may ask more.
Sir, if not 16, then what diameter we can make from these?
You can see if what is under root 180.
Approximately 13.4 approximately.
Okay, then we apply tolerances on it. Okay, and we are actually calculating tolerance. Remember, we are actually calculating tolerance over here and not the actual. So it will be 16 plus minus the tolerance, whatever we are saying over here. So your basic size is 16. We are not altering that, but the tolerance we are calculating. Okay, and D value of 13, whatever you're getting, you're going to substitute in the formula which is given above. Okay, and it changes from the tolerance type of tolerance which you are giving, like IT5 to IT6. This is the formula. For IT01, the formula is different. For IT2, the formula is different. Okay, we will see. It's going to all come in. So standard tolerances, sir, at the boundary, Vineet is asking something. Vineet, can you?
सर एट बाउंड्री कंडीशंस लाइक 18 mm वहां पर मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम कैसे लेंगे, क्योंकि वो दोनों दो रेंजेस में आ रहा है.
अच्छा, बाउंड्री कंडीशन, राइट. सो आप कह रहे हैं कि अगर 18 का बनाना है आपको, राइट?
यस सर.
अगर आपको जो बनाना है, so then it's actually, if you see 1 2 3, so 3 is included in that. If where it depends on where is 1 included. 1 is included in the, so left hand side is considered, left hand side limit is considered in that interval. So if you are talking about 18, it will come in 18 to 30.
Okay sir, got it.
Yeah. So standard tolerances corresponding to, similarly like earlier formula is there for IT5, IT6. IT01 is given like over here, IT01, IT01, IT1. So these formulas are given, and they follow actually geometric progression to allow for expansion and deformation. So there's a scientific basis on it that the tolerances are in a geometric progression. Okay, and further, now I'll show you a video. Just a second. Is it audible?
Friends, today we will see how to interpret fit.
Yes, sir.
Before that, we need to understand how to describe a hole or a shaft separately. For example, 50 capital H6, where 50 is basic size, capital H is fundamental deviation for hole.
So here fundamental deviation is being talked about. Okay, so listen to this video very carefully, and I will again play it later. First you listen it, then I will talk about the nitty-gritties of this.
And 6 is IT grade or tolerance grade for hole. Similarly, 50 small g7, here 50 basic size, small g is fundamental deviation for shaft, and
so wherever the capital H is, like if you are having capital alphabets, it is for hole. Okay, it is telling the fundamental deviation of hole, and if small g is there, it is the fundamental deviation of shaft. So small alphabets are representing shaft and the capital letters are representing hole.
7 is the IT grade or tolerance grade for shaft. As you see here, capital letter is indicating the fundamental deviation for hole, and small letter is indicating the fundamental deviation for shaft, and the digit followed by the fundamental deviation is the IT grade or tolerance grade.
So IT grade, which we have just read, no, IT01, IT02, like that. So it is representing IT6 and IT7. So hole is of IT6 grade and shaft is of IT7 grade. Okay.
When we combine these together, shaft and hole, we get 50 capital H6 small g7, where
so basic size has to be same for both of them. For hole and shaft, the basic size has to be same.
50 is the basic size for hole and shaft both, and capital H is the fundamental deviation for hole. 6 is the IT grade or tolerance grade for hole, and small g is the fundamental deviation for shaft, and 7 is IT grade for shaft. As we know, zero line corresponds to the basic size. Here basic size is 50. We will see in which diameter step does it fall. It falls.
So you can see over here this particular table which is there. It is a ISO table, and these are the tolerance zones for internal dimension of holes. See across at the top you can see H16 to H1. So these are all tolerance zones for holes. Okay. So 40 to 50, we can see these are the step sizes which are there, 40 to 50. Okay.
Diameter step or 40 to 50. Now, above zero line, the deviation will be positive, and the size of component goes on increasing as we goes up.
So listen to this.
तो बाउंड्री वाला जो है वो लोअर वाले
हाँ वो दिखा रहा था मैं, वही दिखा रहा हूँ मैं आपको. I'm just repeating that. Now look at this table over here. It's not going back. See here, it is starting with 0. So 0 is actually not possible. So you have to be, I mean, you have to make a decision over here. If it starts with 1, that means left hand will be considered. If it starts with 0, then right side will be considered. So that's why if you are in this particular table, we're starting with 50. I mean, if it is 50, the right side, or you can say the higher one, is considered inclusive, and the next one is not included. Okay, is it clear, Sagar?
तो सर इसमें टॉलरेंस जोन 0 है 50 पे.
टॉलरेंस जोन तो 0 नहीं है. 0 क्यों है?
H16, H15 इन सब में वैल्यूज तो 0 0 0 दी है ना सर.
अच्छा, okay, inside the table you are saying. Okay. Yeah, so it is quite possible, that one also. Let's see this first.
Now, above zero line, the deviation will be positive, and the size of component goes on increasing as we goes up. Similarly,
so above zero line, the deviation will be positive, right? That means positive deviation means your basic size is lower than the lower limit of the hole.
below zero line, the deviation will be negative, and size of component goes on decreasing as we goes down. H6, capital H6. Capital H is the fundamental deviation for hole, and 6 is its tolerance grade. So let's see in the chart its value corresponding to the diameter step or 40 to 50. Here it is.
So now we see corresponding to this chart H6 and 40 to 50 step size. Now here you see the lower one. If we extend it, it is coming over here. So what do you see is that it's given in pair.
Lower limit is 0 0 and up.
So it is always given in pair. Although you must be thinking that was we are considering के D max and D min ये है, तो कौन सी range में आएगा? That's why we considered range is 50. I mean we consider it in this particular range. ठीक है? That was the discussion we had कि इसको left side में लेना है, right side में, या higher में या lower में लेना है. So we concluded that here we are considering towards the higher side. Now the tolerances are to be in the even, I mean they should be in the pairs, upper and the lower. Okay, so Sagar, you are saying no 0 0 है, so इसमें problem क्या है? ये unilateral हो रहा है.
Okay sir.
हाँ.
upper limit is 16 micron. Let's see.
So positive, right? So it is going in this upper direction.
Here you can see lower limit is 0, 0. That's why it is matching to the 0 line. There is no deviation. And upper limit is deviating 16 micron. Here it is 16 micron. Now small g7. Small g means the fundamental deviation for shaft. Let's see its corresponding value in diameter step.
So small g, you can see it is negative. So negative means below the 0 line. Okay.
40 to 50.
So we can see, we get an idea that it looks like a clearance fit also, because
G7.
your
Here it
fundamental deviation for G7 corresponding to G7, it is negative. So you can see for all G7, it is coming out to be, I mean, all G's, G9, G8, G7, all these are mostly are negative.
is minus 9 micron and minus 34 micron. So minus 9 micron means it is close to the 0 line.
So it is also not necessary that you should always your fundamental deviation or you will be 0 for, but it may be 0 for one of that. Mostly it's like that. It is also, it's not compulsory that it has to be 0 only for one. We will see.
Here it is upper limit which is close to the 0 line, and this is minus 34 micron. Now suppose in case of hole, fundamental deviation is H same, but IT grade is changed from 6 to 7. What happens? Tolerance zone has increased.
So as we have seen also that as the IT grade increases, your tolerance increases and it keeps on becoming more and more crude.
To 25 micron, from 16 microns to 25 micron. But if you can see here, only upper limit, upper deviation has changed, but lower deviation is same, 0, 0. Similarly, in case of shaft, suppose in place of G7 it is G8. What happens? Its lower deviation has changed to minus 48 micron in place of 34 micron, and upper deviation is same, minus 9 micron. Suppose now for shaft we are changing directly the fundamental deviation. In place of G it is F. What happens? Now its upper limit also has changed. You can see here.
So if you are keeping the same alphabet, that means your lower deviation gets fixed. Okay. In case of shaft. Okay, your fundamental deviation remains the same, but then if you change the alphabet, you go to a different one.
And this is previous. This is in first case upper limit was minus 9 micron, and now
so if you're going from G to F, you are getting more and more higher clearance fit. Your clearance fit, I mean your clearance is increasing.
It has increased to this size. Here it is F6. Its value is, upper limit has changed to minus 25 micron. So you can see for fundamental deviation F, it may be F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10, whatever it is. Upper limit is constant, minus 25 micron. Here it is minus 25, minus 25. Same constant. But lower limit is varying according to the IT grade, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here it is increasing. as the IT grade increasing 5 to 10, 36, 41, 50, 64, 87, minus 20. All these are changing. So by this chart, you might have understand that in case of shaft, upper deviation is fixed and lower deviation is varying according to the IT grade. And in case of hole, the lower limit is fixed, means lower deviation is fixed, and upper deviation is varying according to the IT grade. Now, all this example we have considered, that was of clearance fit and of this pattern. It was all were below the zero line. Shaft tolerance zone was below zero line, like this. And hole tolerance zone was above zero line, but its lower deviation was matching to the zero line. It means it was the hole basis system, which
So hole basis system and shaft basis system, okay, is one thing which we have to discuss. So just a second, I'll share one more thing before we go ahead in that video. I would like to share another video of hole basis and shaft basis system. So just give me a second here. So there's a very good video on hole basis and shaft basis, which I would like to show you.
Hole basis system. In this video, we are going to see about hole basis system. The different types of pits are obtained by associating shafts of varying limit dimensions with a single hole whose lower deviation is 0.
So as you can see in the other video, the lower deviation was 0, and he said that it was a hole basis system. So basically, if your basic size matches with the if you're talking about a hole and your basic size is equal to the lower deviation, okay, I mean your lower deviation is 0 and your lower limit of the tolerance zone lies on the basic size, then it is a hole basis system. That means we have considered hole as a reference and then we are designing the assembly. You can do shaft basis system also.
Consider a basic hole. Clearance shaft. Clearance fit. Basic size. Clearance 0 line. Tolerance zone of hole. Tolerance zone of shaft. When the lower deviation of the hole is 0, the minimum limit of the hole will be equal to its basic size, which is taken as the base for computing all the other limit dimensions. The limit dimensions on the hole and the shaft are computed by selecting suitable clearances and tolerances on the shaft and the hole. Interference fit. Basic size. Interference fit. Basic size 0 line. Interference or negative clearance. Tolerance zone of shaft. tolerance zone of hole. Forces required to insert the shaft. Shaft basis system. In this video, we are going to see about shaft basis system. In this system, the different types of fits are obtained by associating holes of varying limit dimensions with a single shaft whose upper deviation is 0. Consider a clearance hole.
In the case of shaft, the upper deviation is 0 in shaft basis system.
Basic shaft, clearance fit, basic size, clearance, 0 line, tolerance zone of hole, tolerance zone of shaft. When the upper deviation of the shaft is 0, the maximum limit of the shaft will be equal to its basic size, which is taken as the base for computing all other limit dimensions. The limit dimensions on the hole and the shaft are computed by selecting suitable clearances and tolerances on the shaft and the hole.
So it's just like at once you are fixing the hole, another one you are fixing the shaft. Now tell me one thing, which of the two is could be more prevalent? Anyone? Which of the two, hole basis or shaft basis, would be more prevalent or more in use?
Hole basis, sir.
Why?
सर बिकॉज शाफ्ट के हम लोग डायमेंशंस ऑल्टर करना थोड़ा ज्यादा इजी है.
And also the assemblies, you see, generally we try to fit in things in the objects. Generally we make a block and then we try to fit in things in that. So it is most of the time it is difficult to move the hole or the object and then design, and then we design the shaft. Okay. So generally we fix the hole first, or we fix the generally holes are more found in the solid objects or into which the shafts are to be assembled, or like nuts and bolts if you are talking about. So generally the major part on which we have to screw something is the main part of the assembly, and we screw some things on the assembly on that major part to like it could be the accessories around it. Okay, so that's why it is difficult to design on shaft basis. It is generally preferred on hole basis. Okay, so that's the thing, and we will continue our talk on international grades in the next class, and then we will also do the designing part of the gauges. Okay, you may give your attendance now.
So will you be taking a lecture tomorrow? क्योंकि आपने बोला था कि
what are Sagar, what you saying?
Yeah, I'm asking if you will be taking a lecture tomorrow. क्योंकि आपने एक्स्ट्रा क्लास के लिए तभी बोला था ना कि आप फ्राइडे को नहीं ले पाएंगे.